Hi guys, so in this episode I want to tell you my honest feedback about Ultherapy Prime treatment. So I researched so much and there are a lot of information available about RF lifting and HIFU, there are a lot of machines out there. But from what I've read, it could really affect the fat tissue in your face, which of course we don't want, because the older we get, the more fat we lose from our face. So in order to stay youthful, young, fresh, we need to keep hold of fat of our face, not the same as body, by the way. So anyway, and based on my research, the latest, the most safe procedure is actually Ultherapy Prime. I've done a training. I've been lucky enough to be invited to a Healthy Skin in Phuket. It's a salon in Phuket Old Town where a representative from Mertz, that's who makes the company, who makes these machines, this equipment, they came to train the team, and I asked the owner if I can join. And then they train me also. And a lot of people think that you've got to be old to have therapy. Not necessarily. They explained to me that when you're 20, you can have it. When you're 30, you can have it. When you're 40, you can have it. You just get treated different areas with the different strength. First thing first, you've got to allow a long time for the procedure, because it's only took 1 hour for the numbing cream to work. So, I mean, the training, I've explained a lot about it on my Instagram account. I show the stories, what we're doing, how the machine looks like. And then, of course, I recorded the entire treatment into one 40-second reel. So have a look on my Instagram. How to find me, you can see in description. So you don't need to Google search. You can just click the link and it will take you directly to my Instagram. But basically, how the whole process worked, I came in, they put the numbing cream for me. I had to wear one of them, the most ugly hats ever, but it's for hygiene reason. By the way, the doctors in Thailand, they also wear that when they do the procedure. In other countries that I've been to, the salons and clinics, the doctors don't wear it and the clients don't wear it. But I think Healthy Skin, that's what I like about them, that everything is done with care, very precise, and by the book of how it's supposed to be done. So I was so lucky that I had 3 doctors working and assessing my face. Of course, there are certain elements about my face that I don't like, or I do like, or I don't want to have. A lot of people prefer to lift this area here, this eye area. I'm opposite. I don't like my eyebrows to be too high. So when we were assessing the face, my target area was the lower jaw. It's these parts here to have the contour. So that's what my aim was. Of course, we can lift here and here, but I don't like to kind of do everything at the same time, because I like to do it step by step, do a procedure, reassess my face, see what I think, stand back, give the time to heal and settle, and then make a decision on future plans. So, numbing cream first, takes 1 hour. I was by myself in the room, relaxed. I had lunch. They brought me the most yummy drink ever. So I had some food, I had some drink, I filmed some stories. Then when the doctor, and the procedure is done by the doctor, not a beautician, it's a medically trained doctor who also works in Bangkok hospital. So then they arrive, they mark your face, right, with this like white pencil into zoning. And then they take this gel, which is, it's cold, but you don't feel it because your face is numb. they put the gel, and then the same, ultrasound that they use for your stomach or your breast, or they use like a machine. So they go with ultrasound and check the thickness of your skin, where in that machine, and I show it really, really clearly on Instagram, you can see all the layers. So you can see the top layer, you see the fat. So why this procedure is safe, the Ultherapy Prime, is because of the ultrasound. Because HIFU, for example, you don't have the same technology, so the mistake can be done very easily. That can cost you a lot, and actually the procedure can harm you and not to enhance your natural beauty. With Ultherapy Prime, it really works on boosting your own collagen to give you that tightness effect. I mean, I'm not a doctor, so I can't explain to you the same way as the doctor would. And in Healthy Skin Clinic, they do free consultations. So of course you can come in and they can show you and explain to you. So they assess each part to determine how deep you go. So for example, here on this part here, they could go as deep as 4.5. For example, here was 3. So it really changes depending on your fat tissue. For example, my face doesn't have a lot of fat, and this is what we saw on ultrasound. So they had to be extra careful not to damage it, but still give me that lift effect. So the actual procedure, I mean, it took longer because I had 2 doctors and one was training the other. But I'd say, I think it depends on how many areas are you treating, but 20 minutes, max 30 minutes, and you can return to a normal lifestyle straight after the procedure. I had a little bit of redness, but that's about it. I think the next day I could feel that something was happening, like not bruise feeling. You could feel that something was done. But gym, sauna 24 to 48 hours, and obviously excessive sweating, if you exercise excessively, like CrossFit or something, or tanning on the beach, then you need to avoid or limit that 24 to 48 hours. After that, normal living. So you see 20% of the results straight away. So as soon as I finished the procedure, we took a pictures, I could see in the mirror 20%. The rest of 80% gets developed within the 3 months. So I am excited to see what's going to happen, because I know you can't really see very well here, but I could see already like this section here and here lifted, and it's only been a week. So imagine what's gonna be like after 3 months. I've got my review next week. I'm going to go in, just have a look at everything, maybe take another picture just so I can see for myself, because I think it's very important to take pictures before and after, because we people are greedy creatures. I'm referring to myself. I look good, but I want to look better. So sometimes I don't think I can clearly assess something, because I'm like, yeah, I look good, but it could be better. So it's not that the procedure is not effective, it's because I want it more and more. I don't know if you can relate to this. And by the way, if you can relate, you've got to subscribe to my channel. And that means we are very much alike. And of course, on this channel, I give a very honest review, non-BS. I call it no BS wellness. So yeah, definitely subscribe if this is something that you're looking for, and just show general stuff about, living my best life in Thailand and many other subjects. So yeah, so I'm going to update you how I get on. Daily updates on Instagram. Here I update only weekly in the long format videos. So if you miss me, then Instagram is the place, because then, you get to see me on a daily basis. Anyway, I hope it was useful. Just a little bit of introduction for you into this fabulous procedure. And then, yeah, follow for more for my results. Bye, guys.